Today I'm going to give you guys one of the most unique and overpowered blitzes in all of Madden 24. My goal is to create a blitz that can be as unstoppable as any of the meta blitzes that are popular right now in Madden. In this video, I'll break down the two versions of this blitz. The first is only going to rush 4 players, and this is going to be great if they send all the receivers out on routes. You're going to get crazy A-gap pressure, but because we're only rushing 4, you drop 7 into coverage, giving you a great pass D on the back end. The other blitz is going to be a 5-man pressure that will get home even if they block an extra player. This can allow us to get a ton of pressure in at the QB no matter what they are doing offensively. Then I'm also going to go over the abilities and personnel we use for this scheme. The great thing with these blitzes is we have players faking pass rushes, then dropping out into passing lanes. This can create some huge plays for your defense. Then players playing at depth looking like they're playing coverage and then coming free on blitzes, and this causes a ton of confusion for the O-line, giving us a ton of free rushers in at the QB. Now this scheme is going to be a run out of dime rush, and it can be found in all of these playbooks. So the first version of this blitz is amazing because we only have to rush 4 players and we can get our linebacker unblocked coming right in the QB's face, and it is the play FS Middle Blitz 3. To set this play up, come out in FS Middle Blitz 3, and the setup is insanely simple. Just take the DM beside the D tackle in the 3 receiver hook and put him in a vert hook. Then we want to use the high safety, and that is the whole setup. So this blitz is going to be a great option if they send everyone out on routes, including their running back. Now your middle linebacker will be coming completely unblocked through the A-gap for a ton of free shots. And being able to get this crazy fast pressure right at the QB's face every time you call it is the first part that makes this blitz so tough to handle. Then for the coverage, we have a cover 3 shell, so 3 deep defenders and then the 2 in the flats. And the other thing that makes this unique is we're actually dropping 2 D linemen out to zone, so that gives us 4 rushers with 7 in coverage. Now the D tackle is going to be in a 3 receiver hook, playing almost like a user in the middle of the field, and can get under some quick throws when the offense is trying to beat the blitz. Then the D end on the vert hook can help get up the seam and take away shots on the strong side of the field. Then as far as your flats, usually I will shade up, and now these players will play deeper down the field to take away corners and crossers, but you can also shade down and put hards out there and take away any quick hitters to the flats. Then for the user on the play, you're going to be the deep safety. Now obviously you want to play over the top and not give up anything deep, but then if you see nothing over the top, you can also get aggressive and jump routes over the middle and make some big plays. Then if you want to take this defense to the next level, you need to check out my website, Scheme Kings. Up right now is part 2 of this dime rush defense, where I give you 4 more plays that you can pair with the blitzes you learn in this video. They include some awesome blitzes to crank up the pressure out of different looks in the formation, and some coverage options you can use as a counter off your blitzes. Then also on the site, you can find my 6 full schemes that I have out for Madden 24 with my college spread offense, my Ravens attacking defense, my NFL spread offensive scheme, my Georgia Bulldogs match-based defense, my wide zone offense, and my NFL Mount Rushmore offense. You can also get access to my playbooks on Scheme Kings, which are full written breakdowns for my schemes. We have 11 out so far, with my newest being my Ravens attacking defense that is 44 pages long, and will make running each one of these schemes so much easier and much more effective. Then I'm also running a sale on the site. You can use code 1 at checkout, and this is the first time I've ever done this, but you can access all the videos on the site for only $1 for your first month. Now this sale will only be going on for a few more days, and then it will run out May 25th. So if you ever wanted to check out my site, now is your chance. Then for coaching adjustments for this scheme, I always turn on match coverage, I put baseline on, and I like to play with auto flip off for this defense. This makes it much easier to set up because the players are always going to stay on the same side of the field, and I found the blitzes are more consistent when they're coming from the left side of the field, but you can turn auto flip on if you would rather play that way. So the next version of this FS Middle Blitz 3 blitz is going to be our 5-man pressure that is going to do a crazy job of getting a ton of pressure in at the quarterback. To set this up, you want to blitz the nickel that is down by the walk down safety, then drop the high middle safety into the flat to replace the blitzer. Then you want to QB contain. Then the player we want to use here is the defensive end on the line of scrimmage on the opposite side of the blitzer. And if you just set it up like that, the blitz will work. The other optional adjustment you can do is deep half the 2 deep blue defenders. This can take away any shots that happen in more the middle of the field, and will turn this more into a cover 2 inverted look. Now if they send everyone out and don't block their running back, you should get at least 2 free rushers in at the QB, making it super difficult to throw the ball. Then even if they do block their running back, you should still get an unblocked man in on the QB, making this a great counter off the 4-man version of this blitz, and this will allow us to get a crazy amount of pressure in on the offense even when they block extra players. Then for the coverage aspect, there will be a cover 2 invert shell behind the blitz, so we'll have 2 deep blue defenders, then 2 players in the flats. Now our corners need to be able to lock down the deep area of the field, but we should be getting pressure so they shouldn't have to cover for too long on the back end. Then for the user, you have the middle of the field, so you want to just pick up anything you see come open and take it away. Always read the QB and try to take with the most dangerous option that is in the middle of the field when he's trying to beat the blitz. Then also in this play, we still have our 3 receiver hook D tackle dropping out over the middle in the passing lanes, taking things away. And that is what makes this blitz so great, is we can have multiple free rushers while still being able to drop 6 players out into coverage. Now for the abilities for this scheme, there's a few main ones I would target. For my back 4 secondary players, we want to use deep zone KO. This is great for any zone defense based scheme, and this is going to let you break up a ton of deep balls down the field. For my linebacker in the middle and both my DNs, I like to use a lurk artist. Now when these guys drop into coverage, when controlled by the CPU or when I'm using one of them, now these players can jump up and make way more athletic plays on the football and coverage, and these are plays they wouldn't be able to make without this ability. Then for a few others, you can put inside stuff on your 2D tackles. This can help them shoot in the backfield and blow up runs and make it much more difficult to move the ball on the ground for the offense. Then for my flat and underneath coverage, I like mid zone KO and flat zone KO. This can give you knockouts at the catch point for your underneath zone players, and this is great for when guys are trying to make tight window throws versus the blitz. Then here's going to be a look at my full lineup I am using for this scheme. Then here's a look at all the abilities I am using. You can pause on either of these screens if you want to take a deeper dive into them. Now with these 2 blitzes, you'll be in a great spot, but remember, there's part 2 of this scheme up right now on Scheme Kings that can give you a ton more options in this dime rush scheme. Then getting stops on defense is great, but you also need to be able to score points. So if you want one of the best offenses you will run all year, then you need to check out my spread air raid scheme right here.